Hey Christ besties, and welcome back to another video. It's your girl Evie. Hey girl, hey boy, hey boy, hey. I'm so excited, you guys, because as you guys can tell by the topic of the video, we're going to talk about depression. If you're new, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Don't forget to click that subscribe button and smash that like button. As you guys know, we just roll on right into the video. I did write some notes down, but I don't want to go through the notes because I kind of want to speak on a personal experience. But I will give you guys some Bible verses as homework so you can study, because it does, talk about depression and how to get over it. And it's also like kind of prayer points as well for you guys, okay? So the reason why I wanted to talk about depression is because last week I was scrolling through YouTube and I came across this story where this rapper, his girlfriend killed herself. And I was just reading all of the comments and stuff that people were saying. And it just blew my mind because all I was seeing was people saying, oh, you don't know what she was going through, or people it was just so much. And I'm just like, I didn't really agree with anything, only because I felt like people were missing the big picture. People were missing the big picture, and people had no lack of knowledge. And I will say this in every video that I make. Life is spiritual. It is not physical. Life is spiritual. It is not physical. So what that young lady went through, it was a demonic spirit. That's what depression is. Depression, anxiety, stress, fear. All of those are demonic spirits. How do those demonic spirits come about? Either an open door, through open doors. Open doors is sin. And also a spirit that could have been sent on your bloodline from past covenants, with relatives and stuff like that. I feel like the one concept that people need to understand in life is spiritual. It's not physical. So when you're battling something, when you're going through something, when you don't feel good, or you just feel like, oh my gosh, I'm just not here, I'm there. There's somewhere in the spiritual realm, there's a demonic spirit that's attacking you, either through, again, open doors, through sin, or through a bloodline curse. That's just the truth. There's no other way around it. There's no secret. That's just what it is. I have dealt with depression years ago, and I think I made a video a while ago. I dealt with depression. I dealt with suicidal thoughts. Why? Because I wasn't seeking the face of God. I was living in total and complete sin. I thought I knew things. Let me tell you something. When you're in your early 20s, you don't really know anything. It's not so much that you know in life, because it's a lot that you have to go through. You think you're in love. You think you know this. You think you're that. You think you're ready for this. You think you're ready for that. One of God's laws that I have learned to love and understand is lean not onto your own understanding, because you don't understand. There's a lot of things that you don't understand. You may think you understand, but you don't. And just looking back at my younger self, when I was going through that depression, if I could go back to my younger self, I would tell myself to seek the face of God. Seek the face of God. Because now that I am older, I understand. And I didn't know this concept that I know now, that life is spiritual and not physical, because guess what I was doing? I was trying to attack that problem in the physical. I was looking for a therapist to talk to. I never spoke to anyone about this because I don't really communicate my feelings with people, because God says come to him, seek his face, cast all your cares and your worries upon him, not man, because man can't carry that burden. God can. That's why he died on a cross for us, okay? So that's one thing I never really did. But I was looking for a therapist, going to a doctor, and I'm like, okay, no, I'm not going to do that. So I never did that. And one day God convicted my heart and was like, come to him, and I did that. And looking back, I'm laughing at myself because I thought I knew so much. I thought, young people. And I say young people because throughout the years, I've seen the devil take out so many young people. It is sad. It is heart-wrenching. It's unimaginable. It's crazy. And the reason why he's taking out so many young people, they don't care to go to God. They don't care to know God. They're just worried about the latest trend. They're worried about the next song that's coming out. They're worried about the next TikTok. They're worried about the things that they're not even really supposed to be worried about. That one thing that they should be worrying about, they're not worried about it. So that's why it's so easy for the enemy to get these young people, to create covenants with these young people. Why? Because these young people are so caught up in the world. They are caught up in the world. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm the type of person, when I say a big heart, I have a big heart, but I don't really let people know too much that I have a big heart, because I don't want people taking advantage of me. But now that I've gotten closer to God and all this stuff, I don't even care about that anymore. I personally wish that I can go into everyone's mind, because since I like to do DIY projects, and just do a little DIY, kind of fix up their mind and be like, okay, life is spiritual, understand this. So, you know, when this happens, this is what you got to do. And then boom, 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 boom. I just wish I could do that. I know I can't. But with what God has called me to do, to educate people, to teach people, to motivate people, to help people, I'm going to do it. I am living in my purpose. I'm walking in my purpose. I'm skipping in my purpose. I'm laughing in my purpose. I'm happy in my purpose. I'm doing it all, and I don't care what anybody has to say. I don't care what, I don't care. I really don't care, because at the end of the day, what God has taken me out of and brought me through, it's worth everything. God gives us free will to do what we want, when we want, and how we want. And that's one of God's laws. And God don't break his laws. He doesn't come against his laws. But one thing God also said is, when you commit suicide, you won't be able to enter the kingdom. When people sit here and be like, why is life so hard, and complain and all these things, I ask myself, like, why are you complaining? Do you know what Jesus went through? Do you know what Jesus went through? They crucified that man on a cross. They put nails through his fingers. So because some man broke up with you or rejected you, or because some woman don't want to be with you, life is hard and you're complaining, you want to kill yourself, you're going into depression? Because you lost your job, you're depressed? Do you know what Jesus had to go through? And he died for everybody. I don't care whether you believe in God or not. He still died for you. I don't care if you're a Satan worshiper, you're an atheist, you're a witch. I don't care. God is still, Jesus, he still died for you. But because of the will that his Father God gave us and gave you, you decided to do what you wanted with that will. God's not judging you. I'm not judging you. To each his own. But let's understand that life is spiritual, not physical. Because even these people who do black magic and the people who don't worship God and worship Satan, they know the laws of the spiritual world. That's why some of them, when they do the things they do, they're very successful. Why? Because they know the laws of the spiritual world. And they know that as humans, some humans are so dumb, and to the point where they don't even want to learn. Do you know, I can't remember his name, but this was years ago. I watched a guy who used to worship Satan. And when he said what he said, it resonated with me. And I was like, he's not lying. Christians don't seek the face of God the way that devil worshipers seek the face of God. I mean, seek the face of Satan. They are worshiping him day in, day out. And there's some Christians who don't even do that. It's so easy for us to go to the club. It's so easy for us to drink. It's so easy for us to sin. But when it comes time to do the right thing, why is it so hard? Depression is a demonic spirit. It can come through open doors. Open doors is sin. It can come through bloodline curses. Now, bloodline curses, they don't specifically send a certain type of spirit after you. They just send all type of spirits after you. And one thing people don't understand, and why they can't get to the root cause of the problem, is because they're trying to fight it in the physical. They think this is something physical. Like if someone's going through depression, what do? Take you to the doctor, take you to a therapist, and then they prescribe you medications, be like, oh, you're diagnosed with depression. Baby, stop it. Stop. Because if I was a therapist, I would tell you, I would be real with you, because I'm not going to sit here and lie to you, because at the end of the day, I love everybody. And God said to love everybody, even your enemies. I would keep it real with you. I would not sit here and diagnose you with anything, because baby, you don't have anything. I would let you know somewhere in the spiritual realm, baby, it's something attacking you. You got to figure out what it is. You're going about it the wrong way. So people sit here and complain and stress out and is doing all of these suicide. That is the enemy trying to take you out. He is trying to take you out, point blank, period. Understand the devil is a copycat of God. If God gives you happiness and joy, what does the devil does? He does the opposite of it. He makes you sad. He makes you scared. God gave you the spirit of fearlessness. What does that mean? You shall not fear not a God, doggone thing on the face of this earth, not man, nothing. But what does the devil do? He gives you the spirit of fear. Fear to conquer your dreams, fear to conquer your goals. Fear, he gives you so much fear that you can't really want to do anything. There's so much ideas you have in here, but because you have so much fear here, you can't even really take that first step to complete or try to do what it is that you want to do. Well, why do I have so much fear? Well, have you tried maybe calling up God and be like, hey God, I kind of have something going on here, so what do I do? Versus calling a therapist and a friend and venting to them. Have you tried calling God and be like, okay God, I need you to tap me into the spiritual realm, because right now this is it's not working out. Have you tried doing that? No. Instead, you complain. When you complain and you stress and you worry, low-key you are worshiping the devil, because all of those things come with him. How to come against these things? Again, life is spiritual, it's not physical. Every night when you go to sleep, your physical body goes to sleep, and you have dreams. All of your dreams mean something. Every single dream that you dream about at night, it means so much that you just don't understand. Why? Because you're not spiritually knowledgeable. You just think, oh, it was just a dream. For example, when you have, I'm pretty sure everyone's had that, because I've had that happen to me. When you have a dream that you've had sex in the dream, or you wake up wet, you have a dream somebody's touching you and see your ex or something, that's not a good dream. Why? Because that's evil spirits trying to create covenants with you to hold you down, to bound you, to cage you, to oppress you. And once you create that covenant with them, a whole bunch of spirits come. There's not a specific spirit that are going to send after you. It just comes. Just encourage anyone who is going through depression, who has anxiety, who stresses, who worries. I pray this over your life, that you will understand and learn the one concept in life that is going to get you to come against these things, is to know that life is spiritual, it's not physical. So when these things come against you, you will go in the spiritual realm. You will seek the face of God. You will not try to fight it physically, because it has nothing to do with the physical realm. And I pray that whoever this video is for, because I don't care how many people watch my video, but it's going to be for somebody. It always is. I don't care if it's today, next week, a year, 2-3 years later down the road. It's going to be for somebody who's probably going through it. Do not give in and do not give up, because what the devil is trying to do, he is trying to take you out. He's trying to take you out. Don't let that filthy, disgusting animal take you out, because God promised you a life of abundance, and you can have it. But you just have to understand and learn that one concept, which is God's law, that life is spiritual, it's not physical. So when you go to sleep at night, in your physical body, which is your flesh, is sleeping, when God takes you into that physical realm, into the spiritual realm, you ask him to open up your spiritual eyes. You ask him to open up your spiritual ears. And you ask him to open up your spiritual mind so he can show you and allow you to understand what spirit is behind the things that you're going through in life. You can't keep a job? Ask God what spirit is behind it. You're always tired. You feel lazy. Ask God what spirit is behind it. That's the spirit of laziness and procrastination. You're always cursing, you're always mad, you're always angry. Ask God what spirit is behind it and why is this spirit here. He's going to show you. If God did it for me, what makes you think he can't do it for you? Who am I for him to do it for me and he can't do it for you? So I am pleading with you. Understand this concept and you will get far in your life. You will start to see things change in your life. That life is spiritual, it's not physical. So when somebody gets you mad, don't curse them out. Don't say nothing. Start to speak against that spirit because it's a spirit, baby. Okay? It is a spirit. I want to leave you guys with the Psalms 9:9, Psalms 23, and Psalms 91:1. That is the homework that I'm giving you guys to study, not read. Study. Because you should be studying your Bible, not reading. Study so it can resonate with you. Study so you can have that information always in your mind and in your heart, most importantly. Okay? Because when you have that knowledge, nothing can come for you, baby girl. Sweet cakes, honey buns, nothing can come against you when you have that knowledge. Because the word says, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. So even when that weapon is formed, because that weapon will form, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and be like it's not gonna form. Once that weapon forms, when you have that knowledge and you know that knowledge to come against it, guess what? It won't prosper. The gun won't go off, baby. They could put as much bullets in that gun as they want to, but the trigger will not. So I encourage you guys to study the word, seek the face of God, and just get close to him. Stop trying to be so into this world. The world has nothing to offer you. God has so much to offer you. Stop trying to be into this world. Stop trying to be accepted by people. Stop trying to fit in. Fit in where God needs you to fit in his kingdom. Seek the face of God, please. Okay? Stop worrying and caring about what people are saying about you, what they got to say about you. Because one thing I noticed, when you're changing or you're doing something good, people always sit here and bring up your past. Why do they bring up the past? Because they don't have nothing on you in the future, because they're insecure, they're mad, they're jealous, they feel some type of way. Baby, you can bring up my past all you want to. Have fun. Have fun in the dark, because the past is the dark. Have fun in the dark, because I'm in the light and I'm living my best life. Hey, girl, hey. But please, study the scriptures that I gave you guys and seek the face of God. Please don't think of suicide. I don't care what you're going through. Everyone has something they're going through. Everyone has gone through something. So you're not the only one. So don't do that to yourself. Please. And one thing, when the devil takes you out, like for people who's committed suicide, that's the devil taking them out. That's not God's work. That's not God's doing. God's law is God's law. God's law doesn't say something and then but if you were, God's law doesn't say you commit suicide, but if you went to church every Sunday, I'm going to give you a pass to heaven. God's law is his law. He doesn't break his law. He doesn't come against his law. That's his law. It's so sad. It's sad. And I'm just thinking about when I went through my, depression phase. Ooh. God is just so good. He really is. But if you are going through depression, just please seek the face of God. If you have someone that you do trust, I would say that it is someone who is spiritual and who will pray for you. Not only pray for you, but take you and your problem to God's feet so he can carry that burden. okay? Not someone who's gonna go gossip and talk about you. So if you don't trust nobody, go seek the face of God. But if you do trust, if you do have someone that you trust, seek the face of God and then be like, okay, God, can I speak to this person? Can I express myself to this person? And do you trust this person enough for me to, you know, go to this person? And God will tell you yes or no. He doesn't lie. He is not a man that lies. The devil, he lies. And he plays a lot of tricks in your mind. But please, if you are going through depression, it's a demonic spirit. You need to get rid of that demonic spirit, because that's not how God created you. God didn't create you with demonic spirits. It could have been through open doors because of sin, or it could have been a bloodline curse. It could have been, it's one of those two. Take it to God and allow him to figure it out, because I can't tell you exactly what it is because I don't know you. And even if I did know you, I'm not no psychic. I can't read you. I would pray for you and tell you, you got to take it to God and ask God what is he's going to show to you. So I hope this video helped someone, and I really pray that this video will resonate with somebody's spirit, Lord God, and allow them to cast that demonic, filthy, dirty spirit out of their life. I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And bye, Christ besties.